Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, it's been a while since the last stream. I just checked before. I think it was like over 2 years. I think the last one was like in March 2023. Yeah, but I want to push my YouTube a bit more this year, focus a bit more on YouTube. So I thought let's start streaming again. Also, like maybe but I moved to another country and now I have like a bigger room. So right now it's still pretty empty, but the goal is to have like a small studio and everything. Yeah, pretty excited for that. So today the goal is um, to yeah look at some artwork, give some feedback. Also, if you're like in the chat and have some stuff, you just post it in the Discord in the feedback, and yeah, I can review it. And yes, let me know in the chat where you're watching from. And also, yeah, I can show you some stuff afterwards what I'm working on right now. Um, yeah. So first I thought we could look at the latest challenge and I can just like break down how I how I rate them. Like it's really hard, but maybe I can give you some insights. Yeah, let me switch to the Discord and let's go to the latest challenge, monthly challenges. Okay, so this month we had around 5 entries, which wasn't too much, and normally it's like even more tricky for me. If there's like only 4 or 5, it's like so hard to decide like which one doesn't get on the podium. Yeah, I see Seth is watching from France. Really nice. What time do you have right now? I guess it's like 3 p.m., right? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the same time as Switzerland. And yeah, hello Mustafa, nice to have you here. So let's take a look at this. Maybe I could pull up my Premiere project because I have everything organized there. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I wanted to participate but forgot. Yeah, no problem. So I did the challenges monthly. So this year we only had like 3 challenges. I haven't done them monthly because some of them we had like time for 2 months and so on. But I try to start the next challenge real soon, maybe in the next few days. Yeah, so here I have the challenge project. So let's take a look at it real quick. Also, let me know if like the quality is fine or if there are like any problems with the audio or anything. But yeah. Okay, so here we go. So I think they're also like not exactly, but like they're like nearly in the right order. So the first one was by Wally. So let's play it. And I think he was also the first that submitted the challenge. How to submit so I can give ops. You can join the Discord. I think there should be the link in the stream. And then you just come down here to monthly challenges. Or first go to the guide, then you can read the guide, how it works. Then you go to monthly challenges, go to the pinned message, and then you see the latest challenge. So now this one is already over. You see here all the informations, the deadline, the template file and everything. And then here in the winner tab, you see the winner of the latest challenge. And yeah, that's how you can join. Just to interrupt here quick. But yeah, let's get back to this one. So this was from Welly, and when I saw this, I was like really stunned. I think this was like one of the best entries we ever had in one of the challenge, because like I understand like maybe you know the Punisher challenge, and like the Punisher challenge from Clint is like really big and people have like put a lot of time in there, but like my Discord challenges, they're just like doing like some quick animations, or I don't expect people to put too much work into them, because like the main focus is on having fun and not winning any prizes. So yeah, I was so impressed by this. So then let's watch the second one. Let's watch them first real quick and then I will give some feedback. So this one, I was also really impressed. I love the idea. I love the custom tunnel here. It's really cool. Um, yeah, and then the next one from Artsy Pond. This one is also really impressive, like the color and also really high quality. And then we have this one, which is a pretty cool idea, like underwater stuff, like underwater subway kind of thing. And then we have the last one from Kraken, from Seth, I believe, right? I think he's in the chat here. And this one also pretty cool, like really creative with the train and everything. Yeah, so it was really hard to decide, but I ended up with Welly in the first place because, first of all, it just gave me, when I watched it, I was like the most impressed. Um, and it's also like so high quality. I like the details he added, like for example, the sparks over here or the birds. Um, and also like the inside of the train looks pretty cool, like with the stuff up here. And yeah, just like the whole atmosphere with this like planet in the background, the clouds, also some nice compositing with the chromatic aberration. Um, so yeah, like honestly, I couldn't even know what you could have done differently here. Maybe you have an idea in the chat. Um, yeah, also, sorry if I missed some of the chats. I'm not really used to streaming, so I have to get back to it. But yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to add or you have any questions. So yeah, so for me it was pretty clear, okay, this was first place. And then for the second place, like this also, like just the scale of this also like really blew me away. Like when I saw this, like Welly was the first one who submitted, and I'm not sure who was like the second one. Let's check here, Welly. Then the second one was, yeah, he was actually the second one, Brown Fancy Art. And to have another like such high quality was really impressive for me. And I already mentioned a few things, like the custom tunnel he did here is so creative. Like also the foreground, he put a lot of it. There aren't like too much animations in the background, but I feel like in this one it's fine because first of all he has all the lights, which gives like a lot of energy, and also yeah, it just feels massive, and the idea is really creative. So yeah, I decided to do this second place. So like the only thing you could maybe improve, let me think. Yeah, like for me, the planet in the background, I'm not sure if it's 3D or if it's actually just a 2D plane, but maybe you could make it look a bit more 3D. I know there's like a pretty cool tutorial by a Blender guru, maybe even did the tutorial, and I know it's like pretty hard to do the atmosphere right, but maybe with some compositing you could have taken this, like maybe add some glow here, would have taken this maybe to the next level. But yeah, it's like really high quality. Um, yeah. I just shared some art on your server. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna take a look right after this segment here. Yeah, I can give you some tips and feedback. Yeah, so let's continue. So this one is also like really unique, and I really liked it as well. As also super high quality. Like it's just like the colors, the ideas of the floating island and these floatings. Yeah, like this kind of reminds of like a Chinese village. Is really, really creative. So one thing maybe we could have changed here, like you see he put like a dirt texture over it, which is kind of nice, like for the compositing, but it's not really realistic because if you have like dirt in front of your camera, it should be a bit like out of focus because like the focus is over here and you have like the dirt on the lens is like over here if I would be the camera. So yeah, maybe you could have like instead of the dirt overlay, maybe make it a bit unsharp, or maybe also have it more like some of kind of like lens dirt look. Um, but yeah, it's like a really, really, yeah, how do you say? And yeah, also here in this shot, like of course I don't know if it was the intention, but it kind of threw me off that it like clips through the train, and I know it's kind of tricky to solve it, but yeah, maybe if it would have just looked like it swallowed the train and stayed outside. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it also looks cool like this because it like shoots into the camera. But yeah, also really like this one. Also love the environment in the background and like the sunset vibe. Really cool, colorful render. Well done. Then this one, I really like the idea. I like the underwater, and I remember when I did like a first underwater scene, I don't think I ever posted one, but I did one for like a book page once. It was like quite some time ago, and it's so difficult to get like the look right. So I think like Minimi did a really good job on the look, and also like the subway or like this train looks pretty cool. So the one thing here is that like the animation of the mermaid is a bit like abrupt. Like you can see it's like really fast. Like it looks like she teleports. And I know it's like difficult to do, don't get me wrong. I think the shark looks pretty good. But yeah, the mermaid threw me a bit off. Like it just like teleports forward. Um, but yeah, I really appreciate the attention to detail on the hair, like the hair floating around. That's pretty cool. And the only other thing is like the reflection. And I know like there should be a reflection, but it looks like it's a bit too thick, the glass, or it looks like a bit too far apart, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but also no love the like the chromatic aberration you added, just some like compositing touch-ups, and yeah, pretty cool. And then we have the render of Kraken, and this one is also so cool. Like I really like the twist you added with the rain. That looks super cool and cozy, like inside the train, and it also looks cozy with the book here and everything. But still, then you get like the sudden plot twist with like this huge kraken in the background, which is like kind of scary. And yeah, it's also really nice. So here, one feedback you could have done is like maybe slightly animated the humans. I think that would have added a lot, even if it's like just some subtle animations, like for example, like just some Mixamo idle standing animation could have gone a long way. And also maybe some droplets on the train who would move to the side. I think that would have brought it to the next level. Yeah, but also really cool render. So yeah, let me check the comments real quick. Yeah, the lighthouse is so cool. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, that's like my main thing, and also like regarding on how I like judge them. Again, as already mentioned like 100 times, it's pretty hard. Um, but like what I like, first of all, I take into account like my first impression, like the first time I watch it. Then I take like into account like how's the quality, how's the rendering quality, the texture quality, the clarity and everything. Then I also like pay attention to the animations. Are the animations clean? Also, are there a lot of animations? Like if someone spends a lot of time animating a lot of stuff in the scene, I think it deserves like a better rating than if there's like less going on. But again, it depends on the scene. So um, yeah, and also like maybe another thing is like the mood or like the whole atmosphere. Um, but yeah, um, yeah. Let me get to your stuff on Discord. Let me pull it up real quick. So I guess it's the latest one, this one, right? So let me check it out. I think I've seen. Have you posted it before? Not sure, but yeah, let's check it out together. Okay, nice. Let's watch again. Yeah, this is so really cool. Even multiple shots. Is this made in Blender or Unreal Engine? Maybe you can let me know real quick. Oh, Seth just wrote that he put some slide animation. Let me check again, maybe. Maybe if I look for it, I can see it. But like I was checking, because I was wondering. Oh yeah, maybe here in the beginning. Yeah, maybe what would have been cool if like someone just maybe takes a few steps and then stops, like something like that, because like now it's really hard. Yeah, sorry for jumping back and forth. I just wanted to check real quick. Okay, so you said Blender. That's impressive. Is it Cycles or Eevee? Also nice that you like included the breakdown in the beginning. Kind of helps to see the geometry you had. Let's go back a bit. Okay, it's not the final one, but still. Yeah, this is really impressive. Like, first of all, to start, like the foreground is so detailed. Did you like render this on separate layers? Because I think my PC would explode if I would render this. It cycles. Okay, yeah, my PC would definitely explode. Did you have like a foreground and a background layer? Because that's really impressive. And I also, what did you use for this guy? Did you use like an HDRI? Because that also looks really cool. Okay, 2 layers, yeah. Fair enough, yeah. But yeah, first of all, the foreground looks really high quality. Then I really like the fog and stuff you have going on. Looks like a 2D element, but let me know if I'm wrong. And then this, like the light beams, I think these add so much to it. Was this done in post? Sorry for all the questions, but this really impressive, yeah. Yes, it's HDRI. Okay, nice, yeah. Also, the fog amount in the background is like pretty nice amount. Looks like there was some rain before and now the sun comes out and all the steam blowing off the mountains and stuff. Yeah, this is really cool. And then you have like even multiple shots. This is also really cool with the grass. The beam is in post. Okay, yeah, nice. Nice. You could play this in reverse. Like, of course, it makes sense to like first show the hero scene, but if this would be like a short movie, it could be like it could start with this shot, like showing a bit, then introduce like the character, and then like the final shot. That would also be a cool way. But yeah, like to show it off, it makes sense to like show this first. But yeah, that's so impressive. I don't even know what I could add. Yeah, again, maybe like some slight animation to the character. But again, like that's like such a minor critique. Can I zoom in? No. Yeah, that's super impressive. Like, I don't know what you could change. Let me check the other shot again. Or like what I could, if I could give any tips or tricks. Did you use a depth of field? I guess so, right? Yeah, it looks a bit unsharper here than in the back. Nice, yeah. So, yeah, let me know if you have like any other things I want to look at, like all you guys who are in the chat. And if not, I can also show off some of the stuff I'm working on. Like give you some sneak peeks. I don't remember about the field. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, let me know if you have any other things to look at. I will keep an eye out for the chat. Yeah, also, oh, maybe something we could do. We already prepared a few templates for the next challenge. So maybe you could help me decide which one we should pick next. Maybe I'm also gonna make a story about it. So this is one. Then we also have, oh, I think Kywork sent them to me directly. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Wait, where are they? But we have like 3 templates. Oh yeah, here. Product display. Oh no, only 2 left. 2 left, okay. Yeah. So let's check these out. So this is one option. It's pretty cool. It's like zooming out through a tunnel. Could do a lot of stuff here, like puts a city in the background. Go through a tunnel, like go through a mountain. Like this is one. I think it was prepared by Marius, also a member of our community. And then the other one is this one. This one is also really cool. I also see a lot of potential in this one. Let me scroll in. It's quite similar to the one we already have, so maybe we will have this for challenge number 11, like in 2 months, and for the next month we have the other one. But yeah, it's still a bit different. It's like, he called it Journey to the Peak, which is pretty cool, but yeah, it's like you're on some kind of, yeah, maybe with a car you drive. It's like POV kind of style. Yeah, so these are the 2. So let me know which one you like better. And yeah, again, if you want feedback on anything, just post it into the art feedback channel, and I can, yeah, like, except if it's like perfect, I can give you maybe some feedback or some tips and tricks. But yes, Garrett, if that's pronounced right, sorry for not, yeah, like giving you any like kind of tips or tricks, but it was kind of hard. The second one is cool, but yeah, maybe too close to the previous one, yeah. Yeah, maybe we can also like do another one first, then do, yeah. People are gonna slap. No, not at all. It's not like we have, I think, how many viewers are we? We're not a lot. We're, yeah, like around 10. So it's not like we have too much to react. So if you have anything, just post it in the art feedback chat and let me know in the YouTube chat. Yeah, so what we can do in the meantime, I can show you some stuff I'm working on. So yeah, I posted my passion project on Instagram. It's like a project I worked on for quite some time. It's like this one. You probably have seen it. So what I'm working on right now is do like a cinematic, like landscape version for YouTube. And I also want to add some shots, so I can show you what shots I'm working on and what problems I have. Yeah, I have some work, but honestly I'm not sure which one to post for feedback. Honestly, like, just post your latest one, or you can also post multiple. Hey man, love your channel, thanks a lot, Keanu Steve, yeah. Yo, what's up, Wally? We just reviewed your artwork before. Maybe if you can skip back. Oh, can you even skip back? Let me check the stream settings real quick. Yeah, I think you should be able to skip back, if I'm not wrong. Okay, let's first look at the stuff you submitted before showing off the project I'm working on. So here we have an Instagram. Hope you guys can see it. Nice. This one is also pretty cool. It looks really realistic. Like it looks like an iPhone picture, if you know what I mean. Is it an image or is it an animation? But yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe, I'm not sure if you have depth of field. Like, it's hard to tell because if you have like a really like wide lens, you don't see the depth of field anyways. But maybe like on the tree branch here, it could have some depth of field if the focus is on the house. Just helps a bit with realism. But you're doing such a great job with like the foliage and the, like placing all the stuff and the details on the ground. Is the art review exclusive? No, not at all. You can just join my Discord. It's free, of course, and then you can post it in the art feedback. Yeah, and I can react to it. Yeah, but that's like the only thing. Also, again, really nice use of an HDRI. Is that part of the HDRI back here? That's interesting. But yeah, also pretty nice, yeah. That's like the only two things I noticed. Like it's always hard to say. Oh, nice, 7,000 likes. It's always hard to say because it's like always a question what you're aiming for. Like I could give you some tips if you want to make it more cinematic or more atmospheric, but I really like the look you have here. Like it's really, really realistic, yeah. So, yeah, great job. And then we also have something. Oh wait, I think I have. Yeah, I have streamer mode enabled. I think I could disable it. Yeah, because I want to see who the artworks are from. Okay, this is from you, Kalasi. Let's see, YouTube Shorts. Oh wow, this is cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I like the colors, like the contrast, like the warm colors to the cold. Really like these tiles. Like these are. Is this like a texture? That's a super cool. Like if this is a PBR texture, that's a super cool texture. Is it with displacement or? Sorry guys, if I'm going too fast, I keep like forgetting that I have like a delay. So, no, that's a flat image of random. Okay, nice, yeah, works well. Yeah, it really gives like, it kind of feels like a bit oriental, if you know what I mean. It's so cool. Also like the particles, they're adding a lot. Because that's the thing, like you have like this background with the stars, and then you have really similar particles floating around, and that ties it together so well. And also these windows, these are like, yeah. I would like to zoom in, but these windows also look really high detailed, high quality. Yeah, like only thing you could add maybe is like, yeah, it's like really clear. So that's a good thing. But yeah, like depending on what you're going for, maybe you could add a bit more glow to this. Like this energy thing here. Maybe even some lens surge. Yeah, but this is also super high quality. It's so crazy too, like what standard the 3D community, like in general, has gotten. Like myself included, of course. Like I also like started out not too long ago. But yeah, so because like if you imagine like 10 years ago, someone doing this at home with their computer, that would have been like mind blowing. But now, yeah, it's pretty impressive. Inspired by Wuthering Waves, Avin Nolium. Yeah, sorry, I don't know it, but yeah, so cool. Well, I just started something yesterday. It's in its draft stage, but I would love, yeah, for sure. Yeah, just put it like if it's a screenshot or a video, just put it in the Discord. But yeah, great job, Kalasi. I hope that's pronounced right. Also, the idea that it's like inverted is really cool. Nice. Yeah, so I will wait real quick for you, Keanu, so you can submit. It's an in-game environment. Oh, nice. Okay. Let me Google it real quick so I can see the reference. Wuthering Waves. Oh yeah, I see. Let me show you guys. Yeah, I see where he took the inspiration from. But still, I think that's something so cool that we can do as a 3D artist. Like, when we're like hyped from a movie or like from a game or whatever, we can literally just recreate it and put our own twist to it. Like, that's so cool. Yeah. Well done. Okay, so I'm not sure if I should wait for Keanu to submit it or if I should show you the project. Yeah, maybe let me show the project and we can get back to it later. Or later, like in a few minutes. So let me close these real quick. Also, by the way, I just have like my camera and one light, so I don't have like the most professional setup right now. So again, if there's like anything that's wrong, let me know. My internet should be fine. Like the speed is like, it was like around 90 megabits per second upload. Yeah. So let's see. No worries, I can wait. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just submit it as soon as you're ready. Okay. Yeah, so this is the passion project I worked on. And normally I always name my folder something. Yeah, that's also an upcoming collab. Which I like just leaked. But normally I always name my folder something, like some kind of like, just so I know what it is, like for example, like the landing or yeah, whatever. But this I literally just call passion project because it was like the first passion project besides client projects I did like in yearly like 9 months or something. Yeah, which I'm sorry for like the lack of new animations. But yeah, so basically, let me open up the After Effects project real quick. I just rendered one shot. Or never mind, let me first open the Blender project. So I copied the original and called it like extended for extended shots. And my goal is to like add 2 to 3 shots. So yeah. So here you can see the first shot. The whole scene is really laggy because of the rain and geometry system and everything. So I apologize for that. Yeah, everything lags a bit. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, so this is basically an additional shot. And the goal here is to have this shot in the beginning. So if you remember the animation, it starts like with me sliding down. And not me, what am I talking about, but with the character sliding down. So I want to have a shot before that where we have like a close-up of the face. And then, yeah, maybe it makes more sense to show you in After Effects first. Okay. Yeah, so this is also my first time seeing this shot. I just rendered like a first version before the stream. So yeah, let me show you. Should have drank some water before. My voice is, yeah, getting a bit. Okay. Okay, so this is the shot. So the goal is basically to have like a close-up shot before. And then the idea is that he like, the idea is that he stands like on a cliff, and then he's like one step before falling down, and then he takes like one step and jumps. And then the next shot will be this one, where he's sliding down, so he will like fall into a slope. So here I might also add an additional shot, or add some more frames where he like falls down first. So yeah, that's like the first idea. And then the second idea is to add something to the slow motion, because I had like this idea like of a close-up and then you have like the slow motion droplets, so I created this here. Like this. So the problem I have here, I like the shot so much, but it's so hard to integrate because it kind of feels out of place. So I have to like figure out a way to put it in the edit that makes sense from like an editor's or like director's point of view. Because let me, like if you play the whole, it's like this shot that is cool by itself already. And then the zoom in is like, it's so much, you don't really get what it's like focusing on. So yeah, I'm playing around with it to find a solution. Maybe do like a zoom in or whatever. And the watcher is done by LiquidGen. Honestly, this is probably like the best software. Like, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but AmberGen and LiquidGen, like the bundle, I bought it on Black Friday for like $200, and it's just a one-time payment, not like Adobe or anything like that. And I use it like nearly in every project. And it's real time, like my laptop isn't that good. Also, I hope the stream doesn't start lagging too much if I start playing all this stuff. Okay, but yeah, like basically it's just 3 sphere, then I turn gravity off, and then I have like this, the shoulder pads like moving into them. It's not completely real time anymore because I cranked up the quality a bit. But yeah, it's super satisfying. I really like this software. And then of course AmberGen, you probably know, it's like for real time volumetrics. Sorry, so. And yeah, it's so cool, so satisfying. And this was like maybe half an hour of work, like, because I know like Houdini is probably better, but it's so much more complicated. So I really like this because it optimizes my workflow a lot. Yeah, so yeah, I still have to figure out also like how I have it right now. It's like I have this shot, then I have this shot, and then I have this shot again, which isn't like optimal. So yeah, I have to figure this out, but that's something I'm working on. And I will also do a YouTube video on this, maybe next month, hopefully. So yeah, that's one thing. Then what is another thing I can show you? I'm also working on a YouTube video. It's a bit a different one. I'm probably gonna release it in the next few days, I think. Also forgot to ask, how is life traveling? So some of your travel videos. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was going to say. So I'm doing a YouTube video about this. So it's gonna be a bit different. It's not gonna be like a 3D step-by-step tutorial, but still, I want to have the topic around like freelancing and 3D, but I'm also like kind of documented a bit like the journey, because right now I'm in Cambodia, for those who don't know, and I will be here for like a year, maybe. My work visa is for a year valid. So yeah, that video is gonna come out soon. I just have to finish up the last part. And yeah, maybe I can show you some stuff in it if I open the Premiere project. But also I don't want to spoil it too much, so let's see. But yeah, so basically I started like recording in our old apartment when we like moved everything out. Then I have like some footage of traveling there. Then I like explain a bit what the reason was to get here. Then I show like my initial work setup. also show like the apartment we have now, the room and everything. So yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much, so I'm just gonna like just quickly go over it. And yeah, so now I have to do like the final part. Like, it's now 7 weeks ago since we arrived here. So yeah, that's another project. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. To get back to this, like to show you the Blender real quick. I will also go into more details in the YouTube videos, but basically I have like this rain. So the rain is like a particle system I learned from a YouTuber. I will link the video. But I can't like remember. It's like something like MTR animations or something. Can't remember from the top of my head, but it's like just like geometry nodes, rain setup, you should find it. Because the cool thing here is I can like control the time. If I do it with particles, it's like really hard to control the time. So yeah. Sorry. Yeah, then I also, like for the character, this is like my first time trying to create a bit more high realistic. So the initial character mesh is like from MetaHuman, but obviously like all the detail got lost. So I tried adding in some hairs back in, and I'm still not fully satisfied yet. Oh, I accidentally closed After Effects. Like if I go back to the shot again, maybe if any of you could give me some tips, that would also be nice. But yeah, I'm not fully satisfied yet. Like, let's see the shot real quick. What is this? Okay. What's going on? Okay. Yeah, you can see. I really like the lip detail, like that's fine. But like you can see like the facial hair, it looks a bit off. Like I don't want him to have like long facial hair, I just want to have like short facial hair. Like as if he would have like shaved in the last like 24 hours. And also like, yeah, like of course I rendered this at like 32 samples for 4K, so I don't, like some of the detail gets lost. But yeah, maybe if any of you guys have some tips here, and also maybe I can like improve the normal map a bit, because it looks, I think it looks already fine, but it looks a bit unsharp everything, if you know what I mean. But also to be fair, you only see it like when the lightning strikes. So I also don't want to like spend too much unnecessary time on it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it real quick, because this over here is like really sharp, if you know, like to compare it. And also the depth of field is like right on his chin, so it shouldn't be a problem. Like that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. But yeah, if you have like any tips, let me know. Yeah, let's not save it. I think it would be great in black and white. Yeah, I also thought about it, but the thing is like the render already has some color in it, and my goal is to have like just one color, like I think it's like just a bit of a bluish color. And that's the thing, like now I add like a second color with the skin tone. But yeah, it might be a good idea like if it doesn't work out, but I want to try to have like a skin. Maybe I will take the saturation out a bit in post. But yeah, let's see. But that's a good idea. Okay. Okay, nice. We got some more submissions. I'm not sure if CG Animates is in the chat. Let me know if you are, or if it's like just per coincidence. But yeah, let's check out Keanu's. I hope. Yeah, you're definitely still here. Let me see. Okay, nice. Nice. Is it gonna be? I guess it's gonna be an animation, right? Like, of course, it's kind of hard to say from just 2 frames, but it already looks really cool. You're also going for the black and white, I see. Like this one looks, that's a really cool idea with like just some shapes and like the light coming from the back shining through. That looks really cool. Also this one, like really unique shape. kind of looks like like the paper boats you can fold. Kind of looks like it, but like not in a bad way. Looks pretty cool. Also the texture looks nice as well. Those are just placeholders for the composition. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, the composition is really cool. So what's like, maybe you can like just text like maybe one, or like put one sentence in the chat was like what like the end look is, or what you're like going for. But yeah, it's really cool. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be a fashion animation. The character in the center will have some fancy clothes with clothes. Oh, nice. That's sick, yeah. You use a Marvelous Designer or Cloth 3D for the clothes, or how you're gonna do it, you already know? Okay, yeah. Let me check real quick. I think I wanted to show something else, but I'm not sure anymore what it was. Let me check real quick my Notion page. Oh yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, Marvelous Designer is my go-to. Yeah, mine too. I used Cloth 3D for a while. It's like similar. It's like I think it's the same company, but yeah, I think like Marvelous Designer is just more optimized to like animation, and Chloe is probably a bit more optimized like for the fashion stuff industry. Okay, yeah. Also, if anyone new joined the chat, if you want me to like give feedback or react to your art or animation, make sure to post it on the Discord, on the art feedback channel. Oh yeah, that's also like I just saw this message on Discord. Hi, a new person here. I want to know if the blend file is the .blend template is possible to open in Maya or only in Blender. And this is like we also had this like for Unreal Engine and for Cinema 4D. Like one guy uses Cinema 4D. So yeah, we're gonna make sure to like prepare the templates in different formats. But yeah, we have to see how well it goes, because like how easy it is for certain programs or softwares. Like if it's easy, we definitely want to do it. But yeah, we have to see, because it always takes time. But yeah, I have to see with the moderators. But I guess we can do, or like I want to do for like all the like let's say Blender, Unreal Engine, Cinema 4D, and yeah, let's say Maya for example. Like have at least the 4 options. Because like the more people join the challenge, the more people will also have maybe a different software. Because right now, yeah, we're like already 1,885 members on the Discord. And like, let's see the welcome channel. Yeah, you can see like a lot have joined in the past few days because of the latest challenge. So of course, like just yeah, like this is when I posted about the latest challenge, and you can see like a lot of people joined. So yeah. Post-processing, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really important thing, because you can do so, like yeah, you can really take your render to the next level. Yeah, Valley, that would be awesome. If you wanna like create, Or do you mean like create a new template for Blender or help with converting? Because I think you use Unreal Engine, right? That would be awesome, yeah. Yeah, and Keanu, back to the post-processing. Um, so I actually have like a course on post-processing if you're interested in that, like doing it with After Effects. I think it should be up for around $20. It isn't too expensive. But yeah, it's like more about like post-processing specific about um, like 3D animations, and I don't talk a lot about the stuff you mentioned, like with the editing and transitions. But yeah, what I like to do is just like watch some filmmaker YouTubers. Like a lot of them have some really cool transition, and then you can use like that knowledge to apply to your, like instead of footage, you have 3D renders. So yeah. But yeah, that's also something I'm really like trying to focus on more, because like like when I started out, I started with filmmaking and photography, so I come like kind of from that area. Oh, sorry, I think I just unplugged my mic real quick. So yeah, I kind of come from that area, but like back then it still wasn't that good, and then I switched to like visual effects and then 3D, and for me, like now I just want to like first of all for YouTube videos and for social media in general to like step up my game there a bit. But you can also use it so good for renders, like especially if you want to do like commercial animations and stuff. It's so important to have like a solid good editing with like cool effects and cool post-processing. But yeah, of course, also not overdo it and like kind of find your own style there. Yeah, definitely good point. So yeah, let me guys know if you have like any more questions or any more like artworks, because I think I don't want to like stream for too long today, because I already got up at like 5 a.m. in the morning because we had some to film some stuff for real, for like an other organization I work at, like in church and the NGO. It's like from my parents-in-law, so I helped there out as well with like social media and filming, and because it's like so hot here in Cambodia, we try to film like in the early mornings. But yeah, so my goal is to like start streaming more regularly. I'm not sure if I can do like every Saturday, but I think I'm gonna try, or at least like every second. But I might switch up the time a bit. Maybe I will also try to like in the afternoon, because sometimes I have some stuff to do in the evening, or like some meeting some friends or whatever. So yeah, I might try out like different times, but I definitely want to do it again. There isn't much content with 3D post processing. I would say makes or breaks your render. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like if you do it correctly, it just adds like the additional touch of realism to it that you have like in all the high quality and high budget productions. Yeah, maybe I could help out with the Unreal Engine template. Yeah, that would be awesome. I will let you know for the next challenge. I will reach out. A weekly stream would be awesome. Oh, nice. We got another render from Wanim. Are you watching right now, Wanim? Maybe let me know in the chat real quick, so I can also CG animates, because yeah, like I don't want to react to stuff if you guys are like not, yeah, or like I don't want to waste any time on it if you don't gonna watch it anyways. But yeah, let me know real quick in the chat so I can give you a feedback or like some tips and my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, but that's also what I found, that there isn't a lot of post-processing on, there isn't a lot of content on post-processing, so that's why I like created the mini course I have on my webpage. So yeah, maybe if you're interested, maybe you can check out like I have like a landing page where you can see a bit more details what it is actually about. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know. And yeah, I try to make it as cheap as possible. And yeah, this I made this mermaid in 2 weeks. Half them just taken by mermaid. Oh. Yeah, first of all, welcome, Whipple. Yeah, you're the one who made the mermaid, yeah. Yeah, it's really impressive for the short amount of time again. And yeah, I really, really like your render with the underwater and everything. So yeah, I think that's always a big thing that we like forget. And I also have to tell it my clients like again and again. But it's like takes a lot of time. And in the end, like I can create something in like maybe 1 day and it looks okay. And then I can spend like a month on it and it looks awesome. I think that's always something we have to consider to see. Yeah, like to take the time into account. So yeah, like for the time spent, it's really impressive. Yep, just joined the Discord to see all amazing artists doing their projects. Nice. Nice to have you here. Nothing to say. Hello, sorry for the delayed message. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, let me take a look at your render. I already saw it a bit. And yeah, nice. So it looks like... Is this like ice? So first of all, I really like the colors, like with the bright light rays and the clouds in the background. I guess these are real clouds, right? Also the water reflection looks really gorgeous. Like and the birds as well, yeah. Am I right that it's like ice and it's like a boat that crashed because it looks like it with the debris? But I could be mistaken. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And also, it looks like the snow is done in post, right? It's supposed to be nice, yeah. Nice, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So what feedback could I give? So maybe something... Yeah, maybe you could... Like, I don't know what it is exactly, but I wasn't like 100% sure if it was ice or if it was like dark or like bright... No, not dark, but what, like gray stones. So maybe... I don't know, like if the ice would be a bit more bluish and maybe a bit more translucent, it could help a lot. And I know it might be hard depending on what laptop you have, but if the snow would look a bit more 3D, I think that would add a lot as well. Like if there's like some that are closer to the camera and some further away. Oh yeah, it also looks a bit like ash, that's right. Yeah, it could be like... It also looks a bit volcanic, like it could be like a volcanic rock and some ash, to be honest. But yes, pretty cool, I like it. Also, sorry, I'm just looking at it and thinking about like the composition, but it looks like pretty nice. You have like some leading lines here that lead to the main object. Yeah, well done. Okay, one more by... Oh, sorry, I just want to share this. Is the god rays in this piece are from... Oh, okay, nice. Let me see. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's always cool to have like some light race resources. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, of course. I hope like it's always kind of hard like on the spot. Like maybe if I think about it a bit longer, I can give some more feedback. But yeah, I would say like the main thing is like make it look a bit more like ice if possible, and maybe have the snow a bit more 3D. But yeah, it's super cool. Okay, let me catch up with the chat real quick. I have 0 skills and knowledge in this, but I really enjoy watching all the project. Yeah, thanks a lot. And it's also like it's so cool to have also people who are not already like 3D pros. Like we have a lot of 3D pros already here, but also like just people watching along. That's super cool. So yeah, and also if you like ever get into it, feel free to ask questions in the Discord if you need any help. Yeah. Would have to see the God interact with the cloud. Yeah, that's a good point. Like the cloud gets brighter behind it, I feel like. But yeah, maybe if it would look a bit more like it comes through the cloud, that would be really cool. Yeah, that's also a nice feedback. Oh yeah, and Keanu also asked, sorry if I missed something in the chat, but I just saw you also ask, bit of attention, but have you ever tried out freelancing site like Fiverr? So me personally, I've never done Fiverr really. So I also don't, I know there are like a lot of people on there like underselling their value. I also know there are a few people that are making good money with Fiverr, like of course, like with every website. But like for me, I got into freelancing because I started posting on Instagram, and then like an old friend saw it who just founded a 3D studio, and then I could like connect with them and help on there with some client projects. And I also I feel like maybe it depends also like where you live and like what how much money, like how much $10 are for you. Like maybe you can get a lot more. Like yeah, it always depends where you're from. But I lived in Switzerland, and Switzerland is like a really expensive country, so it was kind of like it's kind of hard to find projects on Fiverr that pay really well. So that's why I tried to do it more like with like try to build a network and with connections and with like maybe client outreach and then pitching them my idea. But yeah, like Fiverr can be a good way to get into it, like if you have no connections at all. And yeah, you can also do like multiple things simultaneously. Like you can do some like your first projects on Fiverr, and at the same time you can start building your portfolio, and at the same time you can make connections and work your way up. So yeah, I don't think it's like like bad or anything, but for me, yeah, it just worked out better the other way. So yeah, that's that. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, getting client organically is hard. Yeah, definitely. Do you mean like with organically, like through social media, or? Mostly on Telegram. Sorry, my voice is kind of getting a bit broken. Mostly Telegram. Sorry, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. If I get the clients from Telegram? So, Keanu, Steve. Steve, sorry. What I, yeah, social media networks. I think one thing, like maybe if you don't know, I have like on the Discord, if you scroll down a bit, I have like this free course. It's like just a mini series of 2 YouTube videos where I talk about it a bit more. So maybe if you want to go more into details, you can watch this. But to like answer your question, for me, the thing is like, if you can get like client project through connections and networking, I feel like these, or let me phrase it the other way around. Like, if you one day like wanna like do big projects like with big companies or big artists or whatever, I don't think these projects will show up on Fiverr. So if that's like the goal, you need to like try to network and like work your way up anyway. So yeah, I feel like it's definitely hard through social media, and like the funny thing is, like when I had like 500 followers, I got like a similar amount of projects from social media than I have right now, and that's like also because I think it really depends. I saw this video of, what's his name again? He also does a lot of live streams and is like a 3D guy on Instagram, and he also talked about this, that even though he has like 10 times the amount of followers now than he had back in the days, he gets way less client requests because he has like a different target audience. So for me, I also don't get a lot of projects from social media, but of course, again, it can really help to connect with people. And that's what I always really liked on Instagram, that it's so easy to connect with other artists. Like, you leave a like, you leave a comment, then you follow maybe, then you can drop a DM. And like, of course, like if you start out, you can't like directly connect with the biggest creator, but maybe you can connect with a person, and then this person knows this person. And yeah, I know it's not easy. Something that can also help is maybe like try to look for people on LinkedIn. I know some friends who do that because on LinkedIn you have a lot of business people. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I go more into detail here in this like 2 parts course, like how I got new clients and what my tips and tricks are. But yeah, how about RedNote? Sorry, I don't like know or use RedNote at all. I just heard about it a few times. When discussing a project with a client, do you usually go straight to a call, or is messaging also fine? I'm not really a call guy, to be honest. So I have really good friends who own a social media agency in Switzerland, and they do a lot of cold calling. And I also feel like if you really want to close someone, calling is probably better. But like for me, what I like to do, or what worked for me really well, is either like message them on Instagram or message them via email. That can also work pretty well. But yeah, honestly, I also haven't done a lot of outreach. Because the thing is, like the way I did it, I started out like maybe 4 or nearly 5 years ago now by posting stuff on Instagram. And then I started doing like my first client projects maybe 4 years ago. And these are like really small projects. I earned like $200 for like an animation. But yeah, it was fine. It also wasn't like the highest quality work or whatever. And then I still had like a full-time job. And then I slowly reduced the full-time job to like from 5 days a week to 4 days a week, and then to 3 days a week over the like next 3 years. And with that, I could like slowly build up like a network. So it wasn't like for me that I just started out 100%. I had 0 clients and then I had to do a lot of cold callings and cold emails or whatever. But instead it was more like I just built up my network, and then new projects kept coming, and maybe like one a month. But because I was still working a job besides, it was fine. And yeah, now I'm like, yeah, it's like over a year now. I'm doing it full time, and it's definitely a challenge. Um, but it helps a lot that I like know a few guys now who have really good connections, and they can give me like have some pretty cool reoccurring clients. That helps a lot. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge, like even for me. So yeah, if you have a phone number directly, you're good to cold calling. I think cold calling, maybe you can watch some videos on it. I think there's like a lot of ways you can do it. Um, but yeah, I personally prefer a bit more to like just write an email first or write a text message. Yeah, but honestly, like yeah, I'm not an expert. I don't know what's like objectively, yeah, objectively better. I saw your video on selling your skills a while. Might have to rewatch that. Was it the one? Is it this one in the Discord, or is it like? Um, because I also did one on YouTube a while ago. Let me show you guys real quick. It's already some time ago. This one, how you can get your first clients. Yeah, it was quite some time ago. It's similar to these two, but these two are a lot more detailed and also more recent. Yeah. These are like less than a year old, and this one is like nearly 2 years, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I think let me know if there's like anything else. It's really cool talking to you guys. But yeah, also something about getting clients. I think something I always try to do like is improve my stuff, because in the end, if you're the guy who posts the sickest, highest quality, crazy stuff, the clients will come because they want to work with you. But of course, it's like it's really hard to do that. You have to have a lot of skill, and but yeah, it's like a goal you can always like work towards to get better every day, improve your portfolio every day. And yeah, I think that's the main part. No matter like if you write an email or if you do a cold call, if you have a really solid portfolio and improve your work constantly, I think that's like the most important part. So far, I don't think I've made much progress. You feel like with your 3D skill or like with your freelancing, how do you say, like freelancing journey? To be honest, tough. I need to focus on my skills first. It's been only a couple of months since I started Blender. I just thought I might learn while working on client projects. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And for me, that's also a great way. Like, I had a lot of client projects where I did something for the first time, and it's always a bit scary. So I like to try out different things and learn new things on my personal projects, and then do stuff on the client projects I already know. But of course, that's like a dream scenario. You will always be challenged and have like maybe a project that's, yeah, you have to do something new. Like that's for sure. But yeah, still. Sorry, I just quickly want to check out your profile, Steve. Also, Steve is your... Should I call you Steve or Keanu? Sorry. What factors should I consider when naming a price for a project? I literally talk about exactly that in this one, like in the second one, creative fair pricing. There's also one YouTube channel I can recommend if you're like freelancing in design or anything like that, 3D art included. It's called Future. I learned a lot from this guy. This one. he has a lot of subscribers. So basically he has a ton of videos, so you can go through them. But what I like, the ones I like the most, if you go to video and then go to popular, there are like so many good videos. Like for example, this one is how you should price design work and creativity, which is something very hard to do. It's not like you just go like clean someone's house, which you can price a bit easier. But yeah, this is really insightful. Or also like how you can negotiate with the client, like when the client says your price is too high, how to respond. He has some really fun role plays as well. He has one video, but I can't remember which one, where he talks specifically about pricing 3D, which is really interesting because I think he comes from like a designer, graphic designer thing. Yeah, but this is a channel I can recommend. So yeah, in this video I summarize a lot of the things he says, but of course also like share my personal experience. How long is it? Yeah, it's around 20 minutes. Had a different haircut back then. Yeah, that's that. And we have a... Wait, sorry, I have to respond to this real quick so there's no confusion. Okay. Sorry, where was I? Yeah. Sorry, I just... other questions, what do you think in the longevity of 3D art, especially with AI lurking around the corner? That's such an interesting topic. I think I'm also gonna make a YouTube video about this, because I know like there are so many people are really against it or really skeptical, especially in like the 3D scene. And I'm also not a fan of like just pressing a button and generating stuff, because I really like the process of creating, and I think that should like stay. It should stay like that. But also I think there's like also a bit of an unhealthy opposition against AI in our scene. Because honestly, like some tools, they are so impressive and save you a lot of time. And what I feel in the next few years, the focus will be way more on CG generalists and like individual artists, because stuff you needed a studio maybe 1 or 2 years ago, or even now, you will be able to do on your own in the near future. So I feel like as freelancer, the next few years will be pretty nice regarding AI. And of course, like if AI like goes further and further, it can be scary in the future. But honestly, for me, it's like if AI can like 100% completely replace it, it will happen in a lot of other jobs as well. So at that point in the future, the whole world needs to change anyways. So it's not like it's just like our specific job that will go extinct or whatever. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Actually, I'm pretty excited. Of course, it's like I can understand that it's like really annoying if you have like a studio or if you have like a big team, because honestly, you might not need your 3D modeler in a few years. Like I just did I have like a collab lined up with Meshi AI. I don't know if you know them, but you can create like really cool 3D models from text or even from reference images. And something I saw today that was like even like this blew me away. Like I don't know if you guys know Creative Shrimp Blender. I don't know if you know Creative Shrimp. And this is a new model they just released. And this is so high quality. Like check this out. Like this is the input image. Wait, sorry. best would be if you could watch the video yourself. It's really interesting. But this is like the input image, and this is the output. And this is so high quality and high detail. And this took like a few seconds for the AI. So yeah, I can totally understand if this is scary for like people focusing on 3D modeling and texturing. And yeah, you said this model is slow as hell. I tried and it failed. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I've never tried it. I just watched the video and it looked really impressive. So definitely have to try myself real soon. But still, what impressed me the most is how we can like just add things that are not even in the image. So yeah, but yeah, I to back what I mentioned, I totally understand if stuff like this is really scary to people who want to focus on modeling. But yeah, my suggestion is just to move more into like 3D generalist so that you can do everything and the AI can help you a lot. Like for example, the AI can help you with the modeling certain stuff, and it doesn't mean that you can't model your own stuff. I think there will be still a place for that, but if you have like something you need to do it a bit faster, you can use stuff like this. And it's like the same with rotoscoping. Like you have a lot of rotoscope artists in let's say in Hollywood, but like there are already so many AI tools for AI masking and AI rotoscoping, so the job will probably be replaced. So yeah, for me, I'm open to assistive AI that helps me bring my vision to life. And I feel we just need to have like a healthy thing. We don't need to just like take everything and say AI is everything good, but also I don't think everything is bad, because progress in technology is just normal. Like if you think back, like back in the day, like the Disney animator who draw on 2D paper, they also got replaced by new technology, and it was called 3D animations. So like I wasn't into 3D back then, but the first 3D artists also replaced other jobs of 2D artists at Disney. So yeah, that's just like normal, but it doesn't mean like there's no place for 2D animation anymore, not at all. But yeah, I hope you get, sorry if it's a bit of a mess. I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I want to make a YouTube video about it, to talk about it, to make it a bit more clear. AI, UV entry topo tool. Yeah, exactly. Like there are so many things that are annoying to do, or like rigging, weight painting, all that stuff. And there are so many great examples of cool AI tools. So yeah, I'm honestly excited for that. But yeah, it can be scary, like how fast everything develops. Sorry, I'm just catching up on your comments real quick. It's great that AI can help with 3D work, but I'm also kind of worried it might make 3D work cheaper in the market. Yeah, that's a good concern. But honestly, like, I think, like, to be honest, like maybe it's also, I have like a bit of a different perspective because I lived in Switzerland, and in Switzerland, it's great, but it's so expensive. So it was really hard for me to stay competitive with other people who maybe live in other countries where, like even where I live now, it's like easier for me now to have lower prices. Like I don't want to do it, of course, because I want to, like have fair prices. But still, like if you live in a cheaper country, it's easier for you to do low prices while still being able to afford. And that was a really difficult, that's like kind of difficult if you live in Europe or in like Japan or whatever, like a more expensive country. But still, I feel like even though like all the client projects I had, they could have easily went to Fiverr or whatever and like get maybe something similar, or make their 3D work there for like maybe a fraction of the price what I charged. But still, I think a lot of the clients value quality work and also value they want to, if they see your work and they like it, they want to work with you, they don't care if it's a bit more expensive. Like at least the clients you want to have. I know they're also like right now. I also have a client who always tries to push the price down, and it's really annoying. But basically, sorry if I'm all over the place. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I already kind of had this situation when I lived in Switzerland, but still I could make a living and still I could charge high prices. And of course, AI can impact this even more. But to be fair, like if I just have to spend half the time, it's also fair to charge a bit less. What I'm more worried is that there will be even more like slop, like AI slop out there that will just like over saturate the internet. But again, like we have the algorithms, we have like stuff to sort bad things out and only like stuff that will get likes go to the top. But still, like, yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. And yeah, where I'm at, if you make $1,000 a month, you would be living good. Yeah. Where are you from, by the way? Yeah, that's great, because in Switzerland, like, of course, I live with my wife together, but together we have like a cost of living of like 4,000 or like 4,500 USD if you convert to currency, which is like insane. Now here in Cambodia, you can alone you could easily live off $1,000, and now we're together. We try to keep. It's like still hard to say because we just live here for 7 weeks now, but our goal is to have it around $2,000 with all the rent for the office and apartment and everything. Maybe even try to go below that. We still have to figure it out. But yeah. How much can word of mouth be useful? Let me think. Like, you mean like in regards to freelancing? Or maybe can you elaborate a bit more? Like, what do you mean? Or like in what area? Yeah, I think it's really useful. Because like basically it's like yeah, it's what I said before. It's like about the networking. Like if you can build your network and people, or if you do a client projects and they like it so much, they like talk to their like colleagues or like the other bosses of a company they know or whatever. I think that's the best testimony that you can get. So yeah, I think it's really valuable. Could you give me a quick feedback on my work? Bro, in Discord, yeah, for sure. Is this yours? Donala Kila? Yeah, I guess so. Let me check it out. Oh, this looks crazy. Yo. Oh, I think I already saw this. Yeah, I already liked it. Did you made? Is this all three? Like, of course, the person probably not, but this is really impressive. Is there like a? I think I. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot to switch. Yeah, I already saw this. Maybe you can tell me. What is your name? Don? Yeah. Maybe, is there like a way, I think I asked you again, but I can't remember if I checked your answer or if you answer me. But is there like a way to watch the whole thing? Like the whole opening sequence? If you could share that, that would be awesome. But yeah, this looks so high quality. This is like, I showed before some work where I also tried to do like a close-up shot. So this is like the quality I'm going for. But yeah, let's see. And the rain looks really high quality. Super cool. And this, like, of course, as well. It kind of reminds me of Ian Hubert a bit, to be honest. Especially this part. Is this it? Oh, it's okay, so it's not out. Okay. Yeah, the color grading is also top. Really like the yellow. Yeah, this is, I'm so excited when you can share the whole sequence. So wait, let me, what is, I mean, so you created this by yourself, right? Yeah, that's really impressive. Is it made in Blender? And rendered in cycles, I guess? How did you do the rain? Is it like a particle system in the scene, or is it like an overlay? Because the rain looks so cool. Because on one side, like, I really like this shot, because on one side it looks really chaotic and there's a lot going on, but still it looks really clear. And that's something I struggled a bit with my last project, like this one. Like, I think my rain was a bit too big, like the individual rain droplets, but still it was kind of hard to have a lot of rain and a lot of details, but still have like a clear and not too chaotic image, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So that would be cool. Oh, it was composited. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we talked about this before, like how important like compositing and post-processing is, and yeah, that definitely makes sense that you like worked with Nuke, because it looks exactly like that, like really professional. So yeah, Nuke is a software I really want to learn, but somehow, yeah. So did you like did you render out the rain yourself and composited it in, or is it like a stock element, or is it like a Nuke feature? I would love to know, because yeah, because I'm trying to get into a bit more into DaVinci Resolve Fusion. It's also like a node-based compositing workflow, because like Nuke is so expensive. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm always thinking about it, and then when I see stuff like this, I really want to go for it. I think there's a free version, right? Where is their pricing? Yeah, it's like $500 a year. It's like similar to Adobe. I honestly, I thought it was more expensive. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I remember. Like, that's crazy. But But yeah, I think there's like a student version, right? That's free with like limited features. Oh, you have some basic rain, but it was heavily composited. Okay, okay. What specs did you use when you have worked on your personal project? The recent one was made with this laptop. I can show you my. Wait. So I have here. I have an Intel i9 in the laptop. Then I have just upgraded, but the project was made on 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I just upgraded last week. And then it's a 4070 laptop GPU. Yeah, so I was really at my limit. And before that, in Switzerland, I had a PC with also an i9, I think the 11th generation, and an RTX 3080. But I was going to upgrade, but because traveling here would have been so expensive to take a whole PC with me. So yeah, maybe I will build a PC in the next few weeks with better specs. But yeah, for now the laptop has to do, and it worked okay for the last project, so yeah. Yeah, actually visual effects is great. Yeah, there's a free version. You can only export in 180p. Yeah, fair enough. Man, I don't have the money to buy the raindrop on ground asset. Yeah, but I was I think they have a subscription model, right, where you get some credits. So I had like a client project, so I needed a subscription, but I had some left over credits, so I downloaded some assets, um, which was like a nice way to get some free assets paid by the clients, because yeah, because he needed the asset for his project, but then you have to like buy a minimal amount of credits or whatever. I can't really remember how it worked exactly, but yeah. But yeah, Action Visual Effects is really high quality stuff. You know, you can crack software in Asia. Yeah, I know, but still, like for me, I think, yeah, I don't want to like encourage it or anything, of course, but I think it's different if you do it for personal use or if you do it for commercial use. And like I'm still a Swiss citizen, so technically they could zoom in Switzerland. So I'm really careful with that. And yeah, if they have like a free version to learn, I think it's fine. And I think the good thing that is that they have Nuke Indie, because the normal Nuke is, that would be way too expensive. I would need to be like a professional compositor to be able to afford that. But yeah, maybe I would consider, like maybe you could learn it with the free version, like the non-commercial, and then if you're gonna do a commercial project and earn money with it, I think that's, like it's expensive, but if you're gonna earn money with it and can earn more because you can make higher quality, I think it's fine. Search Nuke non-commercial, yeah, I think it's this one, right? Learn more. I also never heard about the other like the other products they have, like the Mari and Katana. That looks crazy. Multi-track editorial timeline. Yeah. Nuke is free, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's Nuke no commercial. What's the hardest 3D software you learned? It's hard to say. I feel like I definitely feel like Houdini is quite hard, but I haven't really learned it. Like I've just done some basic stuff. So yeah, it's hard to say. They're gonna crack the crackers. Do not crack Nuke, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I thought. I got kind of same specs with a Ryzen 7 and 16 gigabyte of RAM. Never knew you could do that sort of stuff with a laptop. Yeah, me neither. But I got the laptop. I had a friend who worked at IBM in Switzerland, and they used a lot of Lenovo stuff, so he knew that really well. I have the Lenovo Legion Pro, I think. So then when I wanted to upgrade, I asked him, and he sent me like the everything, so I could grade from like there was. I only have 2 slots for RAM, but because there's like a RAM of 48 gigabytes, like one single, I could buy 2 of these, and it wasn't a lot more expensive than like let's say for example 46 gigabytes, and yeah, it worked, and yeah, was pretty glad to have my friend who could confirm it because in the beginning I was also surprised. Yeah. Gun to your head. If you had to pick a software for 3D sims in compositing, what would it be? Like it depends. Like if I have infinite amounts, yeah, no, it like the literally the only software I know who can do all of these things is like Blender, because I thought about like Houdini maybe, but I'm not sure if you can do compositing in Houdini. I don't think so. But yeah, if I would pick Houdini, I would need like 100 years before to learn it. So yeah, probably like Blender. Yeah. By the way, how long are you gonna stream today? I honestly I thought about doing like maybe an hour, not too long, but now like the last 40 minutes went by really fast because you guys were asking a lot of questions. Um, yeah, so I will stop real soon. I won't do any longer than 10 p.m. Or like depending what time zone you're in. For me, it's now 9:42 p.m. So I will do another 15 minutes max. Yeah. So yeah, because I I got up at 5 a.m. this morning, so I'm kind of tired. But yeah, for those who weren't here when I said it already, I'm gonna try to stream regularly, maybe each Sunday, maybe every second Sunday, and then do maybe in the afternoon, because sometimes I will have some stuff in the evening. But do you denoise in Blender like inside cycles using optics, or do you use denoise externally in DaVinci or something? Because the problem the glitchiness Blender denoiser gives in dark patches is gross. So I'm not the biggest expert in denoising, and I've never tried the DaVinci denoising. I always use either the optics or the open image denoise, I think it doesn't really matter, in Blender. And honestly, it works really well for me because I do a lot of renders in 4K and like 16 or 32 samples. Like my latest render, it was 16 samples. Some people don't believe me when I say it, but it's actually true. And there, if I wouldn't have the denoiser in Blender, it would look terrible. Because the thing is, like how I understand it, the denoiser in Blender, it has way more information because it can use like the normal maps, it can use the textures, it can use a lot more things. Where like if you use an external denoiser, it can just look at an image. So I feel like if you maybe do like a really high sample render with low noise, you might get a nice result externally. But for me, it makes more sense to use the internal denoiser because you just have more information. But honestly, yeah, maybe I got something wrong here. I'm not the biggest expert on that, but it worked for me well. I have the biggest problem in darker areas if there is a volume. But what I do there sometimes is like maybe render the volume on a different layer, which might help. I think there are quite some good workarounds that work for me. Or yeah, so honestly, sometimes I just have some flickerings in my render. Like, let me show you again. Like the latest one. Because the thing is, I wanted to send it to a render farm, but the water simulation was like 100 gigabytes, so this would have taken forever to upload, so I just rendered it myself overnight. And yeah, I know like 16 and 32 samples at 4K is like pushing the limits, and I want to like do higher quality again just to get a clearer image. But like, for example, if you check here, like this part, oh wait, I have to pull up the portrait version. Like here in the highlights on the stone, you can really see it when you play it. Okay, I don't know, my After Effects is kind of glitching out right now. Yeah, can you see? So it was only the highlights, and it's only for a short period of time, and you don't really look down here, you look up to the lightning. So yeah, if it's like in a spot for a personal project that doesn't really matter, I sometimes have some flickering in the dark areas, but yeah, there are some good workarounds. And if I need to do client projects, I try to do render farms as much as possible, because I can directly like give the costs to the client. So yeah, and then I just bump up the samples to and the noise threshold to get rid of it. Blender is good. I don't know why people hate it. Imagine hating. No, yeah, for real. I think people mostly hate it because they're jealous. Like, not gonna lie, I heard from a lot of people who switched over to Blender from professional softwares like Cinema 4D or especially Maya. And I think like the thing is, like 5 years ago or maybe 10 years ago, Blender was definitely like not the best 3D software and was used a lot by hobbyists, but they were able to progress so fast that they overtook a lot of the 3D softwares. And yeah, so I was at the Blender conference last year, and that was really impressive, like hearing their vision and everything. So yeah, I can stand totally behind Blender. But I think like certain parts, it just makes sense to use different programs that are better optimized, like for compositing or for cloth animation or for certain simulations. Blender is just not the best option. But yeah, I also don't know why people hate on it. Do you get news that Kane Pixel will direct a movie for A24? No, sorry. I know A24, but sorry, I don't know Kane Pixel. Oh, he's the one who did the back rooms. Yeah, sorry, yeah. The name didn't say anything, but now, yeah, I definitely saw his stuff. He did an Attack on Titan video. What? That's so funny. Like, this is his channel, and like you probably know all the backrooms videos, and if I'm not mistaken, he was the one who created it, right? But if I went down, there's literally like some Attack on Titan stuff. Looks scary, but still. But that's crazy. It's so inspiring to see like people who just start posting stuff on their YouTube, and suddenly they're like able to direct a movie for a huge studio. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's really inspiring. Use Blender compositing to get the basic denoising for Eric Plus, and then use 3 to 5 intensity. Then use. Yeah, that might be a good idea. But how does it work? Because like once the image is denoised, like there won't be any noise. Like there will be flickering. So can DaVinci get like rid of the flickering, or? Yeah, maybe I'm confused how it works. I mean, fine denoising is thoroughly using passes in EXR file with better quality. Oh, okay, yeah. That might. I haven't really tried that out. the thing is with EXR for me, because I use After Effects, it's really annoying to like, because like in After Effects, it's not really, they don't really have a workflow for EXR, like from Blender. And then, like always when I use EXR, if I use in After Effects, the shot will always look different than it looked in the render, which is really annoying. So I stopped using it. Except if I want to do like something like a multi-pass in just one file. But yeah, that might be a good version, a good option if I need to get like rid of the if like there's really annoying noise and there's like no other way to do it. Hey the bot, if I do like your work, my PC will explode. Yeah, that's a lot of people say that, but like a lot of people say that, and then they're surprised that I actually also don't have like a NASA power PC. Like right now, I'm working on a laptop. It's not a bad one, of course, but still. If only Blender had all the funds they needed, they would be amazing at every aspect. Yeah. So I feel like we can each do our part and donate some to Blender. No, but I feel like especially if you make some money, you should definitely donate to Blender because it helps everyone. But yeah, I also don't think it's a bad thing that they don't have too much money, because I feel like if a company has too much money, there's like a big chance that something can go wrong, like if you know what I mean. But yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, it's a big back and forth between topics. I try to keep it a bit together. By the way, do you have any suggestions for like dense crowd simulation in Blender, like ancient war types? Because when I tried, my laptop was about to blast. Honestly, I've never done like really crowd simulations. I know there are like, I think there's like one or multiple pretty nice plugins for it. But yeah, sorry, I've never really done it, so I don't know what's the best. Or maybe there are like some tutorials to do it with like geometry nodes. Might be like better optimized. Yeah, but I'm not sure. My time right now is 9:50 p.m. Like 10 minutes before 10 p.m. So yeah, I will go to bed soon. Yeah, DaVinci can remove those flickering artifacts. I do compositing After Effects and I use DaVinci to remove those artifacts in color grade. Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking about like switching to DaVinci completely, because I heard, like, I'm not sure if I have to double check again, but I heard that I have to double check if it's for me the case as well for Adobe, for my subscription, but I heard that they increased their prices again. And bro, honestly, like Adobe does so weird things sometimes, and DaVinci is such a cool software, so I'm considering switching there completely. Yeah, that's a good point for the crowd simulations. Like if they're far away, like for a stadium, you could use 2D cars. But yeah, if you want to do like a clash, like a simulated war, you might need 3D characters for the camera to move around. Use procedural crowds. Yeah, I think I heard about that. Now that you say it, it comes to my mind. I tried to use cards, but they worked. Yeah. Yeah, it only works like if it's far away, or if it's like just a specific camera angle. Yeah, Adobe is how to treat them real good, yeah. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it's so funny. I just mentioned it to, I don't know if you know Creative Brock, I think is his name on Instagram. I just mentioned to him when he posted about the price increases, it's like I don't want to leave Adobe. I like Premiere Pro, I like Photoshop, I like After Effects, but like over the past few years, they always increase prices, do weird stuff with AI, don't like always like getting crashes, and like the main thing that pushes me away from Adobe isn't necessarily like a competitor, but it's Adobe itself, and it's like really, yeah, I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. But yeah, the DaVinci Resolve is such an impressive software. I have to learn it real soon and get better with it. I never paid for Adobe. Yeah. Don't confess it here. I hope Adobe is not watching. By the way, does anyone live, like who's in the chat right now, does anyone of you live um, to the east of Cambodia? So you have even a later time than I have? Because I think most of you guys live west, so you are behind me, right? Yeah, sorry. Just checking the chat. But yeah, guys, I think let's come to an end with the stream. And yeah, I think I really liked it. I wanted to try it again and see how it went, and it went really well. I'm really glad and thankful for all of you staying around. And it's really how do you say? It's really nice. Like we maybe only had like around 10 concurrent viewer, but still it's like really nice. I can respond to all of your chats, and it's a pretty good conversation. Like there's not too much, but still there's some stuff going on. So yeah, I'm really thankful. You stuck around, and yeah, hopefully we can grow a bit more if I do it more regularly, and maybe also do some fun other things like some fun life challenges or whatever. If you have any idea, let me know. Yeah, feel free to DM me on Instagram or post it in the Discord or whatever. And yeah, let me check the chat one more time. I live about above you, but you left me. What? I live above you, but you left me. Went to Cambodia. So you live above Switzerland or above Cambodia? Sorry, I'm not sure. I saw they are interacting with the creators on Instagram. Sorry, I'm a bit confused to what this is. Scary. What do you mean with that? You're probably referring to something I said, right? But I can't remember because of the delay. I live in Germany. Okay, nice. I saw they are interacting with creators on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, thanks again. Oh, it always yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that as well. Like a lot of creators I follow posted, or a few creators I follow posted some collabs, also pushing their AI, which is like really underwhelming. Like Adobe Firefly, and also like the generative fill in Photoshop and stuff. And I also tried out there for like a new feature in Premiere where you can like extend the clip for a few seconds, but it's not good at all. Like they are like pretty impressive AI tools, but Adobe is sadly not one of them. Or sadly, yeah. I don't know if it's good or bad, but yeah. Would love to be notified about your live stream beforehand, so we can have our 3D stuff ready. Yeah, definitely. I will for sure post again on Instagram, and I want to make a schedule. So I'm still trying to figure out when's like the best time because of all the different time zones. and also in the Discord. And of course, you can always like hit the bell on YouTube. I try to always plan the stream before, so you will get a notification. Yeah, when will Adobe collab with you? Whenever they get me a free subscription. Yeah, if I switch to DaVinci, they will probably never collab with me. No, just kidding. But yeah, let's come to an end. I wish you guys a good evening, and yeah, I'm gonna let you know about the schedule or the next date ASAP. I try to do next Saturday. Oh no, maybe not next Saturday, because I think I'm going to Phnom Penh, like the capital city of Cambodia, next weekend. So probably not next weekend, but the weekend after that, and then I will try to do every week, as long as I'm home and not on like traveling or anything. Yeah, maybe I will also do on Sunday, because the thing is, I would also be open to do it during the week, but like during the week it's so difficult, because if I do it, if I wanna, like, best would be to do in the evening for maybe Europe, but evening for Europe is like 12 p.m. or even 1 a.m. for me, which is kind of hard. So yeah, I think I will try to do on the weekends. But yeah, I wish you all a great evening, or a great afternoon, or a great morning, wherever you are right now. And thanks again so much for joining. And yes, I will keep the stream up if you wanna like rewatch anything about the feedback, if you joined later or anything like that. Yeah, and let's do this again real soon. Bye bye.